Shit, go apply for Medicaid.
True.
Yeah, my boy, he applied. He got on trazodone.
Yeah, I be writing prescriptions for that too.
But trazodone a powerful one. Like trazodone, the one we was giving kids in a group home that like we had boys staring at the wall from like we set them in the room at 10 p.m. 7 a.m. come. What time you got to bed? 6
p.m.
Because they kept
6 a.m.
They kept them up.
No, they couldn't sleep. So then, so they couldn't sleep. So that's like someone would, like, they got legit, like, yo, I got, like, insomnia. So, like, we give that to him. Shoot. Man, we gave that to one boy. He take it around 8, 9 p.m. He in bed. It worked for him, but some people, I ain't gonna say it's few, but some people will say give him
insomnia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I
thing
just
with
need
a lot
something
of
that like
Western
downs me, like
medications.
I need
side
something
effects,
that
adverse
like
effects.
the
puts me out, like because
You
I
ever tried
for a
melatonin?
while I was doing I did try melatonin. I did, but the pill package I got was from a coworker. It was 10 milligram tablets, and I feel like those joints not necessarily. I took 2. And I don't know like the dosage. They'd be like, oh, it's unsafe at this point. You know, you can fucking die. Don't do nothing crazy. Like, but 20 milligrams, like, bro, I feel like this is not enough. I feel like I want to do 40s, motherfucker. Like, it'll put me to sleep, but it takes a while versus like me want to go straight to sleep.
Yeah, I got some.
So I don't know the like dosage of melatonin. Like, it's like okay, they've come to decide like, hey, 50 is max. You know what I'm saying? What is the max that you can take?
I can look it up for you. I'll probably look it up for you right now.
Yeah,
Once
I take liquid. Right
And
now.
I did ZZZ Quill.
You know the liquid kind?
Zeke will be knocking you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Fucking NyQuil knocking
the
the fuck
liquid
out.
kind been putting me to sleep, but it make me groggy, so I stopped taking.
That's what it was. Like when I wake up, I'll be feeling like, shit, I'm supposed to be getting ready for work, but I can't even really move right now. Like, god damn.
Let me go to Medscape instead of Mayo Clinic.
I'm like, I don't want to go to a doctor for a prescription if it's like I can just get some simple stuff.
But hey, introduce the podcast, Devonte, while I'm looking this shit up.
For your health podcast, we podcasting.
Nigga, say a little bit of, say with your chest, nigga.
Yeah, ungodly hour, in my opinion, but it's a
Nigga, it's 1:24 on a Saturday evening, bruh. Saturday night. I texted you, nigga. Nigga ain't text me back. I called you at 5, nigga. You were well aware, nigga. We was ready to come over here at 10:15, bro. This nigga hit me up at 10:30, said, I'm on my way. Should we come to your house or should we go to my little gathering? I said, come here, because I ain't heard from this nigga.
Yeah, I was.
Where we at?
I was running like this, bro. Nigga, noise.
Nigga said he was in a sarcophagus.
I was in my city. I was past though.
Nigga, you sleep on like your back or you sleep on your side?
Oh shit, you can get tar dog.
I think I woke up at one point. I was on my back.
I need to readjust.
I
usually sleep on my side, but I think my pillow or something is just not working for me. Like ladies, like when I wake up, like the next day when I'm going to work. Also, I think I believe in like when you don't like a job or you just can't sit still. I believe in like your body experiencing that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just like not comfortable with some shit and you're having anxiety with something, like your body really like takes on that shit. And so that might be some of my neck pain, but really I think like some of it too is just like the way I sleep. Like, you know.
Oh, this is for tar.
I'm sleeping on the side, but my pillow is so low and shit. So I be feeling like, all right, man. What the fuck? Like I need like a airplane cushion pillow or some shit to adjust my neck.
Either way, this shit says, I mean, for different adverse effects, you can take up to 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams. So
for melatonin?
Yeah, but it says for actual insomnia.
That's what I got right now. It's 10 milligrams.
It's 5 milligrams. So I mean,
5 milligrams
for like suggested dosing. I'm sure. But I'm saying like a safe range. Like it has other people taking 20 milligrams for other types of reasons.
So I guess I shouldn't go more than 2 pills because like 1 pill is 10 milligrams that I got right now, and I'd be doing 2.
Shit, as long as your pee don't turn orange, I mean, who's to stop you?
Yeah,
what is that?
Basically, your kidneys and process messed up.
Pee orange.
There's a drug called pyridium that you take for UTIs to stop your dick from burning. That turns your pee orange, but I was just saying as a joke.
Hey, man.
But wait, real quick, because Devonte didn't explain too much. This is the Bullshit for Your Health podcast, episode 38, okay? So when I came on here 2 episodes ago and said that I fucked up, I didn't fuck up. Who fucked us up was SoundCloud. They took down episode 31, the one we talked about, Dave. because we played.
Hi, I'm Dave.
This is gonna come full circle. Pain 1993 Drake on the fucking podcast, and they took us down for copyright infringement. So
y'all played it?
Yeah, I mean, cause you know we be playing like music on this shit, but we be talking over it.
But
like it's like fair usage. It's not like I'm just playing like goddamn song.
I didn't know they could like detail from like a background noise.
They took down my Instagram story that I posted. The like, so my girl gave me a gift on Valentine's Day, and I had American Horror Story playing in the background. And then they took it down. Then Instagram emailed me, told me the specific episode that was playing in the background, and the reason that they couldn't upload it was because it was copyright infringement.
Wow. The technology they got right now for copyright like laws is so wild.
But
they can detect the wavelength of just a couple seconds of sound that it matches with this wavelength. That's wild to me.
Yeah, technology.
So
but nigga, they got technology to know where you shitting, what time of the day, how fucking much, and what's the consistency.
You look at how they getting us with this marketing right now. Like we talking right now. I say something about, oh yeah, that's a nice ass wine glass. I go to my phone. And it's like wine glasses at $12 right now. It's like stop spying on me, bro.
Fuck a wine glass. The government has your fucking social. We back. Fuck. There was a technical difficulty, but we back on this shit. But that is a good time to.
Oh, they ain't getting none of that.
No, they got a lot of it. It's just at one point it froze. I don't know where the fuck we was at, so we back on this bitch. But it's a good time to regroup and figure out what the fuck we are doing. But yeah, so I didn't fuck up.
Chardonnay.
It was Dave.
Deck.
Oh, this is good. This is great because I actually have not fucking talked to you yet. So let's get into our weeks. So this is episode 38 or 39. Or you'll figure it out. The fuck. I'm Jabari. This is Devonte. We have our first guest in a while. Tevonte is back on this bitch. He was in a couple episodes earlier this year. So he's going to be lending his voice to us today. But
I hate the sound of my voice. I will not listen to this episode. So who's ever listening to me, just know I sound better in person. All right.
So
I will not play this back.
Don't be discouraged. Is what you're saying.
I will not listen to. I hate this. I will not play this episode back.
Don't hold me accountable for anything you hear in this episode because I'm not gonna listen to it.
I don't like my voice.
But Devonte, how was your week? Because you actually did some shit. You went out to Virginia Beach. How was that? What'd you do? How was it?
It was raining and then. Raining.
Come on the fucking mic, bro.
Oh no, it was raining the first couple days.
You're the top one, so you can look and mouth.
Then it rained. Well, it was like cloudy the first day. It didn't really rain, so we walked on the beach, and when we first got there,
the beach, Virginia Beach.
Yeah, we stayed on like a little ocean front.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, I'm trying to regroup.
What days did you go?
Monday, Tuesday, had disabled person.
Oh, word. We shower and all this shit.
Yeah,
it cut again. My bad.
What
bro.
the hell is going on?
Nah,
right
it's
now,
like
man?
it's been really like dodgy because my computer is crazy. Like I don't know. I just
is it like going to sleep or some shit like that? It's like going to sleep.
No, it like the USB ports be like
in and out.
Yeah, and so like this is connected. So whenever it's disconnected, it's connected. But we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Okay, so you were in the handicap room on the 9th floor because
you was the only one available to check in early.
Yeah. So wait. All right. So y'all got there hella early or like
hour and 30 minutes before check-in.
This was VA Beach.
Fuck? Did they have people in the room he was supposed to be in? That don't make no goddamn sense.
I called him the night before, and he was like, "Where the?" He's like, "I can't tell you how fast we're gonna be able to turn over rooms." Like the little manager spoke to me. But then then I got there and I was like, "Do y'all have room?" And then he was like, "Yeah, we got the handicap room available. Y'all problem all it does is have the bars and the adjustable shower head for people."
Basically, it gives you some extra sex toys to enjoy your time with. You know, you get the more support. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, it was cool. It was like
that's crazy.
But nah, it was cool. So we checked in early. We walked along the boardwalk. I did a lot of walking out there. I didn't even realize one day I walked and so you could see people was on the beach and stuff. So we was like, I called down to the front desk and kind of stay another day. So yeah, we stayed another day. So we actually went on the beach and got in the water and stuff, and that was cool. I met up with Shamad out there actually the last day.
For real?
Yeah. How's she doing?
She was cool. We went to this place called the Mermaid Winery.
Word.
Yeah, and they
she from 757, right?
She ain't from it. She just stay out there right now. But I don't know where she gonna do. She's thinking about staying out there because she looking for a job. But the hospital system out there kind of weak. Like it only got one hospital setting, which is Centera. That's like close.
Yeah.
For her, I guess it'd be like she was explaining like close, and like you think that, like but she like applied to some jobs in North Carolina, so she's looking for something that's like worth the money, and it's kind of like she just got her master's in public health, so now she's trying to find something to hire her. But it's kind of weird just with all this COVID stuff that like stuff is like.
She with family right now? Is she like with family?
She just with family now. She just live in an apartment, but she was just
by herself.
With this roommate through a mutual friend.
Okay.
Like, but she explained in that like.
I said, shit, you don't got a job just by yourself. Like, shit.
Yeah, so at this point, she's just trying to figure it out. You know.
Nigga said, how?
Hey, man. Oh, I get it. I'm figuring this shit. I think a lot of people figuring it out. It's a lot
for her just figuring out, moving. But yeah, the Mermaid Winery was alright, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ate at some, like, the one benefit is you got to eat at pretty, like, fancy restaurants. But because of, like, COVID, people won't dare. Like, we put up this restaurant. We put up this one.
I haven't been to too many places down 757, like nice places. Yeah. Like I went to this joint one time when I was either freshman or sophomore, because I would already crossed. It was the next year. We went to a party. It was me and Cal, and actually me and John, and we went to this party out that joint, and it was this place called the Cave. Do never go to the Cave. It's like the equivalent of like a Richmond like 534 or some shit. Like it's the most like hood club you can go to. Didn't know this, but we saw our party promotion flyer jump. We went there, but as soon as we walked in, smelling crazy as hell, the DJ goes, "What are bitches that's trying to get their pussy ate tonight? Make some fucking noise." I'm like, bro, hey, this is a hood ass. Who trying to get their pussy ate tonight? Bruh.
He said
came in and set the tone.
We pulled up this place called Waterman. Man, dude scared the shit out of me. I pull up. He said, hey, give me your keys. I said, what? Oh, it was valet parking. I was like, what? This place, like, they're like, we thought we was going to park on the street. We would pull up, they valeted you.
Yeah.
And then we walk upstairs, and you get to look over the ocean and eat and stuff like that. Then we went to a place called Dockside, and then you sit outside, and it's like a restaurant built on a dock, and you eat looking over, overlooking the water again. And it's like, I ate lobster tail for the first time out there.
Sounds pretty fancy.
Yeah, I was just trying
nice little getaway.
Yeah, I was just trying to try something different, but it was cool. And then we went to like play a couple places like winery, brewery. Everything was real social distancing. And then we went to the first place we went to, bro. We had this waiter, bro.
Did you wear a mask anywhere, or did you just
wear a mask in stores? But like when you eating, they on fire.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you like, can't.
The first place we went to called the Atlantic.
Can't be
bro.
like motherfucking.
Shawty.
No, some people like wear their mask to like the restaurant and take it off when they're eating. That's what I'm saying. Like, did you wear the mask there, or did you just like I'm going out to eat? So you didn't wear the mask at all.
Yeah. Shawty in the first restaurant, bro, she had that thing on her ass, bro.
Who?
Her ass was fat as a bitch, bro.
Who?
Shawty, this girl that was our waitress. Like, she was in these leggings, and her ass was... Yeah, she's definitely...
was on cakes.
Yeah, she was definitely a little...
It was romantic. We went to a couple places with a little valet, and then my waitress, bro, she had a fat ass.
She came up to my girl and was like...
Love
bro,
date.
She slid...
amazing date.
Yo, she slid her number to my girl.
Did y'all capitalize on it?
Nah, the Jones was like, yeah, if you need a friend out here... She's like, yeah, where y'all from? And she was like telling her she's not from me. She's from Connecticut. She's like, well, if you need a friend out here, hit my line. And then she's like, here's my number. I'm in the Virginia Beach area.
Capitalize. She be like, yeah, babe. When we leave, he'll text her.
I mean, shit. Yeah. Why not?
Let's see what she's doing.
Yeah.
You need a friend. We all need friends.
You need somebody to swap in, because I ain't eating your pussy for 30 minutes no more. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Shit. But, nah, cool. That's cool. That's what's up. That's a good weekend. What about you? What did you do this week, T? Anything
this week?
Noteworthy? Anything you want to share?
No, man. This week has been like... So, for people who are listening, this is like not y'all business, but whatever. Like I'm leaving my job that I'm at now, so I put in a 2 weeks notice onto a new venture. And so like when you put in a 2 weeks notice, like that shit drags. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be done with y'all. Like especially if it's a job that you don't want to really be at no more. It's like it drags. Like this, I got one more week, which is next week. Like next Friday is my last date, and so this week just been like a long ass fucking week. Just like dog, I want to just leave. Right, but you know you don't want to be on that bad reputation. You know what I'm saying?
Still use them as a reference.
So I'm
shit,
exactly. So I'm just kind of
professional.
Exactly. So I just been kind of like doing what I gotta do until I don't gotta do it no more. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, like the week been pretty much straight. Today was kind of a good day for me, just for like just seeing different, because you know in terms of content, and I like everything that's going on, but you know it's been a lot of like exposing motherfuckers who doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing. It's been a lot of like
at your job.
No, social media wise.
You mean you personally have been on social media exposing some of the people?
Yeah, that, but also other people, just like exposing the people who just out here on some wild shit. Also educating each other. Also just kind of like just talking about like heavy topics and stuff. So like today was good because it was more so on some like Black Power type stuff. On like hey, like let's celebrate Black culture, you know what I'm saying? So it's been good to see the positive side of, you know what I'm saying, our community and shit, just like people on like some like Juneteenth, like my people, just a community aspect. It's always community, but it's more so like today wasn't on some heavy, let's focus on the shit that we fighting against, and let's just focus on us today. Like the fight is important, but it's more so like let's focus on us today versus like the actual whole fight in a sense.
A day of rest type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it was cool to see that on social media versus like other stuff. But I'm all for that. It's no like I'm cool. Like let's keep on the energy that we got.
Don't get it twisted. I'm all for the action.
Yeah, don't stop. But but it was good to have a positive day of just like like fuck what they on. Like we talking about us today of like. I'm proud to be who I am. Yeah, like that's what it is.
Nothing, nothing can stay on forever and it be a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna drown yourself out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Facts so. How your week been, man? How your week been, brother? You done asked us and stuff. How's your week going?
My week? Oh shit. So personally. Devonte was out at Virginia Beach, so I had the apartment to myself.
Okay.
And kind of like it's very interesting. So when I was dating my ex and Devonte was here and he was single, he kind of was like making comments about like, yo, bro, sometimes it's like I live by myself. Like I'm getting that apartment to myself type vibe. And then when me and my ex broke up and Devonte started dating his girl and he was at her crib for all the time, I had my own like shit going on. It was kind of like the same feeling, like oh shit. But then. Like this time around when I had the apartment to myself, it was very, very fucking relaxing. So like work was crazy. Don't get me wrong. Like so, I had my first like brain bleed. Like I had a man come in who fell, and then he had a subarachnoid hemorrhage. You know what I'm saying? So it's a hemorrhagic stroke, different than like a ischemic stroke, which is when the clot gets in your brain, couldn't stop blood flow and shit like that.
I think my step pops had that.
Yeah.
He has a tube in his head right now.
Like a shunt to drain it out. Yeah.
And
okay.
It's not gonna come out. It just has to drain it. Yeah.
So that's how like, work and work because coronavirus, like the fears have been starting to be abated by a lot of people. More people are going out. A lot of states, including Virginia, are moving into phase 2 and phase 3 of their.
What does that look like? Phase 2 plan for y'all? Like,
wait for us.
Yeah, so I just guess like where are y'all with like okay just. More people are going out. Our numbers for y'all, it's like decreasing or
no. So basically, it's not more numbers of coronavirus cases increasing, but like hospital census or hospital numbers. So during the height of coronavirus, those 2-3 months, everyone was being quarantined. You really had a bunch of different people coming out and. I bet it. And you had a couple different people. I'm just gonna keep. I'm like, what do you call it? What do you call it when you have the poker face?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you let niggas be. You let niggas ride their wave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I digress. So during coronavirus, we had a census drop. So people who might have been what we call frequent flyers who come to the emergency department because they don't have a primary care, and so they might actually have like medical problems that need to be medically managed on a weekly, monthly basis, right? But they don't have the insurance, so they come to the emergency department. Then you have people who don't have those type of problems, but still, some would say abuse the system. I would just say overuse the system. They're coming back too. And then you have
like, sir, why are you here? We just saw you last week.
Yeah, I want my
just saw
like
you,
like literally the nigga's complaint is homeless. He wants a sandwich and a blanket, and you know what I'm saying.
I've heard about that. Though.
Yeah,
Homeless people like trying. I need to get a warm place to stay tonight. I'm like, I got an injury. Fuck it.
Yeah, and like we can go back and forth on the pros and cons of that. I'm just saying it to say you have that coming back along with individuals who are now, you might have gotten into a car accident and you don't necessarily need to go to the emergency department, but you come anyway just to get checked out. You might have had this aching pain in your back for the last 4 weeks and you're like, I should go get it checked out, but you didn't because coronavirus. Now you're like, I'm just gonna go get it checked out today. So we're having a return to our normal census with still people who are coronavirus suspected, positive, or experiencing actual like real distress from the disease. So that's where it's looking like on the healthcare side, anecdotally for me, But that's not neither here or there. Like I personally enjoy when work is busy, especially when like time's going by fast. I've learned like if I'm learning, if I'm engaged, it can get taxing and I can be a little stressed out. But I enjoy it more. Is that what? Oh my God! What the fuck? Oh shit, nigga! I thought it was a goddamn like wasp or something.
I don't know what the fuck it is though.
Is it big?
Maybe we should be worried. It's kind of big.
Nigga said maybe we should be worried. I'm gonna kill the shit out that shit. I mean, it's moving so slow. Like I'm gonna kill it. Well, I feel like I can kill it.
Yeah. We about to kill a bug. If y'all listening, this is a big ass motherfucking bug.
Where at? Yo, vamp for a second. Where's shit? No, you vamp.
Oh,
I'll kill it.
Yeah.
Where you going?
So
no, I was talking about my week, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were. But listen.
All right, where the fuck is? When it comes up again, I'll kill it.
I don't like insects. Summertime is all great. You know, it's like the weather, but the problem was I have I really don't like bugs. Like,
you have a phobia of bugs?
Honestly, bro, it's a problem with like if I see a bug, like if I see a spider, some shit like that. I'm in the crib. I have to kill him. If he gets away, I can't sleep until I know where he went to. I'm up. I'm flipping shit over. I'm just trying to figure out where this bug is at because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, my life is kind of at stake a little bit.
It's definitely, that wasn't like a stinger type of bug. I don't think.
No, I don't think
it was. I think it was like a stink bug or a light bug.
It's just,
but if you see it again, I'll go kill it.
One shit, like you want to have a cookout. Let's say you have a backyard or patio and you got a nice ass space. When bugs are out, you have to put them off and all this other stuff just to enjoy your time. Like, no, like, come on.
My nigga,
especially mosquitoes.
My nigga about to give a dissertation on why bugs are the bane of the universe. But okay, so fuck the bug conversation. We fucking killed it. Came at it like Predator in the goddamn Predator movie where he murked all the human beings.
Yeah.
Which was the actually better version of any of those Predator versus Alien movies because in all those movies the human beings were gonna die. But either way, I digress. Let's get into some actual topics because we've been bullshitting for 23 minutes. My week was good. To end it off, I was able to fucking relax and have my own space, lit incense, did all that good shit. But dude, I'm also allergic to fucking jewelry.
For real?
Yeah, like cheap jewelry. So I haven't worn my chains in a week, so they broke me out in a rash. But I got just for today, I wanted to wear them. Yeah. So I have to get platinum. I gotta get hypoallergenic jewelry. Which
damn.
I'm a platinum ass nigga, so it's whatever. It fit.
Shut your ass.
But yeah, I was really sad to learn that shit. But so I'm probably gonna get my brother these chains too, because I gave him my other 2 chains.
Hey man, you could be allergic to a lot of worse shit though. I will say that.
Yeah.
There's some stuff out there that people told me allergic to, and I'm just like, man, what? You can't have what?
This nigga can't have peanut butter? Like fuck that.
Shit.
Peanut butter.
People who had to like be allergic to like bread and shit, like they had to be gluten free.
Right.
Nigga, I'm sorry for you.
My brother got all that stuff. So like DeAndre, like he got like early onset fibromyalgia. Then he has like dietary restrictions where they think he needs to be gluten free. Then he like gluten free to like help his bowels and all that because like, he was having issues with like being able to like go to the bathroom consistently. So it's like sometimes it's like you're just happy to be healthy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forget that though because we get such in our routine of our life, and we don't think about like the actual blessings that we do have. And there's like literally people out there who can't do simple stuff that we take for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Like walking.
Yeah, for real. Like, and you have to do the daily gratitude of just
like
figuring out.
breathing.
Yeah, bro.
It's like
daily
shit you don't
gratitude.
even think about. Like, but I mean that's neither here nor there, bro. Like at the end of the day, like you blessed to live the life you live. Everyone has something to be thankful for.
You gotta remember that though, because it helps to aid to your happiness. When you like forget that shit and you forget what you do have, it's like so there's always and it sucks because like I shouldn't be thinking about like, oh, these people out there, you know what I'm saying, comparing my life and making it, you know, using that, but at the same time it's real because it's like, bro, I literally have a lot to be blessed about. Why am I sad about my life when it's so much going on? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
other people,
bro. Like looked into that at all? So it's like people that basically, and I know you looked into it, right, Jabari?
I haven't looked. I know people who claim to be minimalists, but I haven't looked into it.
So minimalism is like crazy.
Oh, I just said normalism. I know about minimalism.
Yeah, where they like live in a book bag essentially.
Yeah.
But like one dude was like making like $100K a year, and was like, yeah, items don't feel like things. Items like materialistic items don't fill voids. So like what he did was like he went to minimalism, and he he's able to still work his job per se. But like he lives in a house that like that's all he needs in the house.
Y'all remember that year that Kanye had like Charlemagne in his crib and did the whole interview and shit, and people was like, he don't got nothing. It's like, bro, he's on minimalist like lifestyle. Like that's a part of it. Like your crib, how you your decor, all that stuff is like.
Bro, it's like you have a sofa, you have a TV.
I
don't even think they have TVs, honestly.
I think there's like there's a good balance. You have to have a good balance of it though too, because I think even with the minimalist perspective, you can get too far outreaching. Like anything like that helps you get peace of mind is good, but don't get to the point where you're like, yo, like you said, like right there, like, you know, material things don't fill voids. And it's like, it depends on the material thing. Like, yeah, if I have like 1,000 t-shirts that cost $100 in my closet, it's probably not going to be material versus like, yo, I won these fucking Olympic gold medals, or I won these 4 Grammys, or I read like this series of Harry Potter books. It's like, I think there's levels to each thing. It's like good to not get lost in either aspect of it. But I definitely think that it's easier to go too far in the material aspect overrunning your life than like too far in the minimalist aspect. Absolutely. But I've seen niggas go too far in the minimalist aspect. Yo, these are my only pair of, I don't own draws. Like this, like Charles Gambino, who wore the same outfit for a fucking year, and it's like,
oh, I didn't even know about that shit.
Yeah, you didn't see that shit? This is because of the internet time. Like, this is before, like, he released Awaken My Love and before, like, niggas, like, fucked with him.
Yeah.
Like, he wore the same clothes, like, everywhere. Like, the iconic interview he has where he starts rapping over Pound Cake.
Yeah.
Like, that little, like, that gray T-shirt and shorts and white shoes and the fucking...
He was wearing that everywhere?
Yeah, he was wearing that. He was wearing that everywhere. He went to, like, award shows and that shit.
Yeah, like, so, like, right now, like, I don't know, a lot of people tell me, like, I know for a fact, like, I have, like, too much shit and I don't let shit go. So, like, I've, like, been trying to, like, slowly get rid of stuff without adding shit to my, like, closet. So, it's, like, slowly just doing stuff like that. So, it's, like, getting rid of, like, shirts that I haven't worn in years.
Yeah, I need to
getting rid of, like,
spring clean.
Hoarding shit.
For real. Because, like, clutter is a aspect, too, that can affect your mental health. Like, if you just have, like, a cluttered space and you're not actually taking the time to declutter, like, not just your mind, but just, like, your actual physical space, it can fuck with you. And you don't know it's fucking with you because it's just like, oh, I mean, it's just kind of...
It's the same...
It's just stuff.
It's the same thing with, like cleanliness. Like, I think, like... the other day we were talking... So I had a patient come into the ED. I guess, like, we can it's interesting. I feel like our podcast is bullshitting for your health, and a lot of times we shift into, like, mental health discussions unknowingly, and then it's just like, I want to be like, yo, let's just make this the health topic so we can fucking get that out the way. But then I want to keep the flow of the episode the same way. Whatever. But either way, I digress. We had a patient come in. He was this elderly gentleman, and I would say elderly, but he was in his like 40s or whatever, and he had anxiety, and he was just basically... He called the EMS to come in because he felt like he was getting really anxious. He didn't shower all day. You know, he wasn't eating. And he wasn't suicidal. He wasn't homicidal. So at the end of the day, it's like... what the fuck you want? What the fuck you want from us? Like at this point, the emergency department's not gonna be able to get you where you need to be. Like, we're here for you if you literally are like, yo, I'm having thoughts of killing myself, right? And then he would do shit like when he went through, the doctor was like, okay, we're gonna double your medication, and then I want you to follow up your psychiatrist because he's the one who prescribed this medication for you to be overseeing. I don't feel comfortable upping anyone. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you, like, say, take twice the amount of your Xanax or Benzo or whatever. He takes Atarax, and he wanted him to double up on this medication, right? Mm-hmm. So either way, long story short, they come up with this plan, and then the man, while I'm trying to discharge him, he's kind of like, I don't feel like I can go home. I feel like I'm not going to be able to eat. And I'm like, okay, so you don't have food at home? No. Do you not have money to have food? Well, no, I just don't want to go to the store. It's like, well, you got to go to the store. And it's this continuous loop of, like, these little things that you do in your life, you know, making sure you're eating positively, taking a shower, little daily activities of daily living that, like, nobody, unfortunately, like, we haven't moved far enough in healthcare where we have a mental health professional who comes to deal with your mental health to the point where, like, you have a caretaker who comes and let's get up and let's get it, you know, especially if you're not inpatient. At the end of the day, like, checking yourself in the inpatient, we can talk about that topic and how easy it should be, but at this point in time, nobody's going to do that for you until you're at the point of, yo, I'm going to fucking shoot myself in the head with this gun. I have a gun at home.
Right, if you're not showing me suicidal
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
symptoms or whatever.
You have to go in.
Your criteria, and especially
it's more dealing with that than it's dealing with anxiety or whatever. Like, your anxiety, we feel for you, but we have nothing that we can pretty much do for that
and
shit.
I say all that to say this man, even with his mental health issues, he's not stupid. He knew, like, he knows what he needs to say to, like, do or get the help that he says he wants. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, I don't think he wants the help he thinks he wants. He doesn't want the help he's saying, or not saying, but, like, insinuating that he wants, because I keep asking you, if you go home, are you going to do something to yourself? Are you going to kill yourself? You keep telling me you're anxious to go home. Why are you anxious to go home? Well, I don't know. It's like, I can't do anything with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, too, it's like this famous Jim Carrey quote where it's like, should I be doing something with that? Like, you are an able-bodied, however old man who has resources enough to know that you're not living in squalor, and you don't appear to be in a psychosis or psychotic state. You're just experiencing a very, very low, but unfortunately nothing we do, not even medication, is going to help with that until you start doing the basic things that an animal needs to do to survive. Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro,
you would literally need somebody beside you to be like, all right, so we're gonna go to the grocery store. I can't hold your hand to do all those things we do for the day.
But that's like what even people on my job do. They will be like, hey, we're gonna get you to just get, like, they'll go to people's houses and just be like, we're gonna get you out of bed today. Like seriously, all we're gonna do is get you out of bed and brush your teeth, and that may take 2 hours.
But at the end of the day, that's not what
their job.
The emergency department is here to do. It's like, you need to go follow your psychiatrist and get these assistance that you need to do. But at the end of the day, it's like, even if you go to his house and do that, shit's not going to change until he starts doing that.
And we gotta find motivation to get the person.
But you aren't going to be able to motivate. Your job is to get up there and just make him do it,
so he can get into the routine.
Has to come from within, and that's the crazy thing about this shit, where it's like, I feel like even with people who don't get to that extreme yet, once you feel low, you realize you stop doing these daily activity things. You stop making your bed. You stop getting up and shower. People during this coronavirus were tweeting about, oh, I haven't gotten up and showered in 3 days. And you're wondering why you feel like the world is coming to an end, because your world has come to an end.
But you don't even know it. Yeah. You're just like, I'm just lounging, whatever. Like, I'm just tired. Yeah. No, so, you got a whole thing going on that you don't even know about right now, bro.
It's a very slippery slope. And that's why, like when we were out here preaching, like, I was preaching, get outside, do these different things, because at the end of the day, like, nigga said, ooh, rolling.
Well, hungry.
I got. All right, there we go. We back. But yeah, so now let's get into some of the fucking topics. We've been 34 minutes in. Okay. So
good combo.
Honestly, all my topics today are pretty heavy. Okay. Yes. So again, my topics for today are pretty heavy. So I kind of want to do this in a way that if we want to get off the topic, we at least address or honor, some of the passing of, our kinfolk that have happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always like very, how I don't know, like my views on a lot of social justice shit can sometimes, I think, taken askew by someone who's a little bit more what's the word?
Like radical,
extremist, yeah, and radical than I am at this point. Because I had my time. Like when I came back from Ghana, like I was hotep ass, like no nigga, we need to move back. Yeah, fuck this shit. Yeah, burn it to the ground type shit. And my grandfather was like, my nigga, chill. And we kind of both had our little moments like 2 episodes ago. But this episode, I really want to come out here and be like, yo, even though like that's my shit, don't get it twisted. Like anybody who's been killed, murdered over this shit, like that shouldn't happen. And woo. So I just want to start out by saying on a forefront that like we will that we remember and we feel for the passing of said individuals. So I'm just gonna read off a couple of the some of the stories that come out over the past week that I've seen. Rashad Brooks was a man who was asleep in his car at a Wendy's in that I have the state or whatever.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay, so Atlanta, Georgia, and basically the cops came and were talking to him about why he was sleeping. You know, I think he might have been intoxicated. Either way, it got into a wrestling match. He reached for the taser, got the taser, but then was running away, and then they shot him. But the officers were charged with felony murder, because there was reports and on video that after that Rashad Brooks was shot and laid dying on the ground, the one officer who's facing the most charges kicked and stood on Brooks, and the other officer stood on his shoulders. So they were like desecrating a dying man. Yeah.
Damn.
So thankfully, like those officers have already been looked to receive swift justice.
Yeah, so they're fired.
But in addition to that, a black trans woman, Otis T.T. Michael Gully Jr., was found hung in a tree in Portland. And this story is pretty crazy because police did not let the family see the body for a week. They ruled it a suicide and kind of were just like, yeah, they weren't giving a lot of information to the family. And the family's steadfast and adamant that TT wouldn't have taken her own life. They moved from, I think, Minnesota, or is Portland, Oregon. Yeah, so they moved from Minnesota to Portland, Oregon, so that TC could have like a better life with her sexuality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely more
progressive.
Yeah, it's like it's like a weird land out there.
Like, so rest in peace to both those individuals. And it's crazy because that story with TT comes a couple days after 2 black trans women were killed: Dominique Renee Falls and Rhea Mitson. And Iana Dior, she wasn't killed, but she was another trans woman who was viciously beaten during the Minnesota protests. That shit, and I just wanted to make sure we came out and there's actually a couple more, but Robert Fuller was found hanging in a tree in Palmade, California on June 10th, and another crazy story about this: his half brother was actually gunned down in a police shooting altercation. But that story is a little hazy because they were suspecting him of like human trafficking, and there was a woman and a child found in the car with them. So I'm not really sure about any of that, but that's just another African American who's dead by the hands of the police. Same thing with Robert Fuller. Like they were trying to say that was another suicide, but come on, what black
who's
man
gonna hang themselves in a tree? We're not doing that for suicide. It's just not.
If I'm gonna hang myself, I'm gonna do it in the
crib.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not going to a tree. Come on.
I only know of like one human being that did that, like actually went and hung in a tree, and there's still speculation that like it was like my cousin's high school teammate. They suspected that was like, oh yeah, he hung himself in the tree because he was depressed because his girlfriend broke up with him. My cousin said, nah, them people got after him and
yeah.
Because to hang yourself in a tree is a wild way to go.
Especially as a black man. It's just, or black woman, or especially as a black person.
I'm just not gonna be outside putting a rope on a tree.
It's too on the fucking nose. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so convenient for you to rule it as a suicide when you understand that where we at right now with like this whole movement, you need nothing else to aid us into disrupting your peace. So you're going to rule it as a suicide for us to be quiet. Here's what it is. Don't say nothing about it. We don't need them being madder than what they at. That's very convenient for you.
I think also even when you look at studies, it's like most people do it gunshot wound or anything. Like even like I think like the statistic that people hang themselves
or pills. A lot of people are doing medication to go like now.
Anecdotally, when I see people try to kill themselves when they come to the ED, they normally just take a bunch of pills.
Yeah,
and like unfortunately, a lot of times like it's not gonna kill you quickly. Like if you take a whole bottle of Tylenol, you're not gonna like overdose and die. You're gonna destroy your fucking liver and probably die. But like that's the
but yeah, so it's like even like I think like in general, like regardless of race or ethnicity, I think like all hanging should be more investigated because like that one, like people have historically done those to make them look like suicides. I watch a lot of crime shows, so it's like regardless of race or ethnicity, like yeah, with black people that it's you know there's a long treacherous history behind it, but like in general, people do that because when you want to kill somebody and you want to cover it up, what's the way to make it look?
But specifically, I don't want to take it off the nose that if you're hanging black people at any point in time from your home, from your person you knew from back at school and you can't, it's too on the fucking nose. Like there was 400 years of fucking slavery, Jim Crow, fucking segregation, police brutality. It's like, my nigga, it's like, if you were going to say any racially charged crime against black people, top 3 lynching is one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we talking about? But before we get into further on our sentiments here, I just want to go out one more name. A 19-year-old Black Lives Matter supporter, Oluwatoyin Salu. I hope I'm not butchering these names. Body was found on Monday and near Monday Road in Tallahassee 1 week after going missing, and she was one of the women. She's the woman that's been going on social media platforms. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, she was very active on the Black Lives Matter movement.
And apparently she was like raped by somebody who had given her shelter.
A week before.
Yeah, and so then she went missing. It's a very sad story, but her body was found alongside another, she's a white woman, but 75-year-old Victoria Singh body, and they have a man in custody, 49-year-old Aaron Glee Jr., some black man, and I just wanted to get those names out there just so we can try to immortalize these souls, lost souls. Because
rest in peace.
Because I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's like you see these cases, and like even with I don't know if you saw the case of that young man who his body was found in a wrestling mat, and now they're trying to reopen that case. You know, it's like you see a bunch of these cases over the years, and
that one is kind of cut and dry to me because it's like if you're saying you're doing suicide. Did I beat myself up like that? If you see the pictures of this dude, like physically, how did I do this to myself?
The 21st century.
How did I do this to myself? Like suicide is one thing, but I cannot punch myself hard enough to look like that on camera. Like that does not make sense. What you want to rule is just to take the easy way out. Is that what you're telling me? Or you're trying to cover up for what it is, again, to prevent a race war or whatever you want to call this. No, people are going to be outraged, but hold people accountable. It's just that fucking simple. Like, and I'm just kind of at a place where anybody who don't entertain the fact of like, or wants to say to me, oh man, racism doesn't exist, or y'all make it too much. It's like, bro, have your thoughts and say like, is a lot going on that you want to deal with. You don't want to kind of see the shit on your social media, but you cannot deny what you're seeing. I'm at a place where it's like, if you own some shit of like, it doesn't exist, you got to get out my spectrum of life. I can't see you, you know what I'm saying, on my timeline because I'm going to engage with you in a different type of way because it's clear, it's so much evidence there for you to show this is a real fucking thing. So don't engage with me if you're on some shit of like, stop making racism is not a thing where we're just dealing with a mental thing like higher power, blah, 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 think positive of black lives. Bro, I can think of and I'm not going to call anybody out right now. A lot of people are preaching a lot of shit about like, you know, we got to stop playing a victim, all this shit like that. I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're saying. Like, let's elevate ourselves to think higher as black people. Like, yo, we're not lesser than anybody else. I don't think that though. I've never thought that I was lesser than any white man, right? But that's not the problem, bro. So you telling me like you putting all these videos out about like how we need
I think I just finally it clicked.
You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. But you put all these videos out about like, you know, it's all about our mindset. It's all about, you know, what we doing. You know, all this shit, right? But literally, I can have a good mindset, right? I can have a good mindset. That doesn't stop if I'm on a higher power lane and I come up with this racist ass cop. That doesn't change the system. Once he shoots me, I could think whatever I think of myself. I can be the most hotep ass motherfucker, right? I still get killed because of my skin, not because of the way thought pattern, right? Whatever you promoting right now for us to think, that does not stop the fact of how people see you, how the system operates. It doesn't stop mass incarceration. It doesn't stop the economic wealth gap that we have. So I get it, right? I get what you're doing, because certain people do need to elevate their mindset. So they think poverty is just for them. That's a different battle, though. Stop acting like that solves the shit that we're dealing with right now. That shit annoys me.
So that annoys me, bro. So I'll play devil's advocate in the sense of I agree that, like, don't say, okay, so I'll try to put this. I think the mindset that this individual you're talking about is needed, because there are individuals who internalize hold on. Who internalize the different ways society has put down the black image, you know,
and the trauma really affects
whether
them.
It's from being afraid to wear your natural hair, or being afraid, or maybe you're a black person, a black dude who, you know, doesn't date black girls, or, you know, maybe you are a person who viciously or eagerly, for maybe the wrong reasons, pines to be on one of these white platforms like a Vogue, or, you know, or whatever that historically hasn't done.
Candace Owens.
Okay, yeah. Anyone who doesn't understand their power, like, yes, you need this, and even with people who might not feel that way but are ignorant, you know, who will passively go along with the idea that our history as African Americans started as slaves. You know what I'm saying? It's like just simple things to be woken up to. I agree, and that's why you need individuals like these brothers who are out here overtly, like, to the fucking left, right? Because it pushes the conversation that is at large on the right towards the middle. Because now you have brothers like you come out and go, well, hold up, nigga. Like, I get where you at in, like, the stratosphere of your third eye, but nigga, down here on earth, they killing us and not going to jail.
And
for
that's
that
my
shit.
only thing. I get what that person. I get what these people are doing. I commend you for it, but don't act. I hate when those people condemn us. So, like, shut up, stop talking about. So, like, bro, it's happening though. But that's one part of the battle. Mindset is one part of the battle.
Here's where I stand at this point, right? And I said this on the last couple episodes. Don't hate on anybody black what they're doing at this time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end of it. And I want to bridge this into the no name J. Cole shit, right? Because right now my whole perspective of this is like, yo, being like, black people are under attack, right? The idea of racism is that it does not matter where you are in this world, no matter what your status is, no matter how much money you got in the bank, no matter how much perceived power you think you have, you know, or how much white people have allowed you into their spaces, right? You're still a nigga, and in the eyes of racists, right? In the eyes of racism,
that's my
right?
only point, really.
So then, for any black person to then look at the next black man and be like, "Yo, you're not doing it the right way," you know what I'm saying? Yo, you're not fucking fighting the right way. You're not out here marching. You're not out here speaking up at the times. Or, nigga, you fighting the system too hard. Why are you out here riding? It's like you don't get it. Yeah. Like it's like
ways to win this battle, and there's no one solution to what we're doing right now. Because there's no one way to tackle this. Stop acting like that.
And the reason why is because at the end of the day, I'm black. I am what black is. Like, regardless of regardless of what you think my attitudes, my likes, my whatever is, you can't say I'm not black for what I'm doing, because, nigga, that's the whole concept. I'm black. Like, that's me. Like, it's like, you can't take that away, nigga. So at the end of the day, it's like that's where I'm at. It's like, yo, we need the niggas out here who are feeding the good fight of I'll be honest, black supremacy, because in the way our society has been shaped.
No, people's mentals from this are really, you can really feel as though low. You can really feel as though you can feel like you're a victim.
Black supremacy in a country where your heritage was taken away from you, so you have no national pride, right?
You don't know your power. And
so I'm not even gonna cater to why the white supremacy shit ain't needed, nigga. Go be Irish, go be goddamn Swedish, go be German, go be whatever, nigga, and then take it with what that comes, right? But then you also need the individuals, and to me it seems like how it would make sense, and some people are gonna come on and be like, "Oh, you a coon for the statement," but it's like the years go, bro. It's like, if you right now in coronavirus don't have a job and you are energized and you're angry and you're out there marching, and then you look at the next man who's still working in whatever career, like, nigga, why weren't you out there Tuesday at 4 p.m.? Nigga, because I was at work, bro.
I was really talking about somebody like, yo, why they planning shit to like 4 o'clock? Like, nigga, I'm still working right now. Like, playing at 6. I might get there late even still with that. And even playing shit at fucking 6 o'clock. Huh? I got up at 5, but still, nigga, I gotta shower sometimes. You gotta like I gotta commute.
But anyway, nigga, you just went to work for 8 hours. So what I'm saying is this. It's like
that's different. We're not talking about Saturday. Shut your ass up.
When you was at JMU and we were doing these marches at JMU and nigga, all I had was class. Like niggas, I'm out there. I'm in the field with niggas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever.
Niggas have life. You can't be mad at any way somebody want to do it because not everybody want to.
And not everybody want to be on the front line. Listen, hold on. So can I story real quick? Story real quick. Mm-hmm. So I made a post before everything. It was really just taking off, but I was basically like, yo. If you, and I don't know if I saw this tonight, I was on Facebook. I was like, listen, if you at this point do not know how to engage, if you feel as though you don't really have the words to even say or post something about this right now, if you like don't want to get on the front lines, it's cool. But what I'm not okay with this people telling people like, oh, you so black and proud, but like why you not out here marching, da da da. It's like, yo, brother, like COVID is still a real thing. So some people are really dealing with that, and also it's different ways to fight this battle. And I also said in that post, I was like, hey, also. This is not going to be a we march for a week and this shit is over type of thing. This is going to be a battle that takes place over some time, right? Yeah. So they have time to join in on the battle. You telling people like, do this now, we got to act now. Everybody not act now type of people. So somebody had a rebuttal for me and was just like, nah, bro, you know, I feel like you're telling people to be lazy, like we can't just do nothing, da da da. And I was like, bro, you missing the complete point of my post. My post is telling people, yo, we're dealing with a traumatic experience. If you have people who really are seeing somebody die on screen and can't handle that shit, and that's a traumatic experience for them, you tell it basically, right? If you have a war that's going on, and you have soldiers who really equipped to go to war, but you got this other person over here who like just beating and they bleeding, you know what I'm saying? They downtrodden. Would you send them to war or would you send your best soldier to war? We've been seeing this shit for so fucking long, dog. Certain people just can't even deal with this shit right now. Like, I don't even want to engage with social media. You know, so why would you tell people, no, get on the front line, bro? I'm not at a place to even be on the front line right now. You would not send your weakest soldiers to war. Let them heal. Yeah, let them do what they got to do. Everybody's not meant for that shit, bro.
Even like for me, like my papa, he big on like, yo, he different type of cat. He want to make change through like bettering oneself. That's how he is. If he ain't with what's going on, you know, he ain't with, cause like when everything was going on, he was calling me like, you know, I don't want you out there. And like I even understand.
My mom was like that.
My grandpa did the same thing.
Yeah. But I also understand like his perspective, cause like he been seeing some shit.
Devonte's grandpa said, "My nigga, you out here marching, talking about why I'm marching. You living at home with your mama, bro. Like, the fuck we talking about? You 30, bro. Like, what's good, nigga? Like talking about me, like, why aren't you marching, bitch? I got bills to pay. What the fuck you talking? I can't go to jail, nigga. I'm sorry." I can't. It's a wrap. But here's what I would say, too, about this, bro. It's like, in my opinion, anybody who's looking at the next black man, like, what are you doing?
You're not doing enough.
You're not doing what you're doing out of genuine, like, let me go for the movement. You know what I'm saying? You were literally doing it for the photo op. Like, you don't even fucking see that shit, bro. You sitting here, and probably some of you in the 1% of black people. Like, me and my nigga Tete were talking about the other day, like, we in the 1% of black people. Like, I'm not fucking Jay-Z, but, like, at the end of the day, we know how our fucking community has been hampered by different types of financial, racism, or systemic institutions. I've managed to make it out of a point where, like, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? And with that being the case, I understand my privilege in a lot of things. So I'm not going to sit here and say, like, just because I'm black, like, I don't know the intersectionality of my blackness. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, too, I feel like some niggas don't even understand their intersectionality of their blackness out here. Like, yo, when the trees... And it's like, bro, you've lived a pretty good fucking life, my nigga. And it's like... And it's like, not to say that should take away from any of your passion, but it's like, yo... Check your privilege a little bit when you're out here pointing fingers at niggas, bro.
Also, too, like, understand that, honestly, this has been a really traumatic year on different levels, right? So, when you talk about trauma, right, a lot of trauma and shit is also around loss. And the people think it's just loss of, like, life, right? We talk about, no, like, it's been loss of, like, listen, COVID has taken so much from niggas that people don't even understand. Like, your plans have, like,
your faith in the system.
Your like, we talk about weddings, we talk about people's graduation, we talk about, like, just core thing that you had involved within this year have been stripped from you. And not even just employment, but just like how you envisioned this year, right? 2020 year vision have been stripped from you. Then you add on the levels of shit like people impact, right? Kobe dying. You add on other people if you're in hip hop shit, Pop Smoke. All this stuff has happened within one space. Literally after the maybe a couple weeks after Kobe died, and this shit fucking take place. COVID happens.
Think about
this has been a traumatic ass year. You telling people to go out in March. They're literally still dealing with trauma. And if you watch the video and you see a black man with another person knee on his neck for 8 minutes, this is a traumatic experience. So, and we were trying to segue this into this, and my bad if this is not the way you wanted to do it. But No Name, right? You telling your favorite ass celebrities, or you saying, oh yeah, y'all favorite ass people ain't saying nothing. I'm a human being first before I'm anybody's celebrity or social justice expert, which at the end of the day I'm a musician first. I never claimed to be anybody's social justice expert.
It's the Kanye conversation all over again, bro. Like, why are you looking at these niggas like idols, bro?
Yeah,
like,
I've never claimed. So, and people got so mad at this nigga for making a song saying I'm human. All I heard from that song was J. Cole saying, "Hey, I heard you. But my hands are tied. This shit is traumatic for me.
4 times last night.
This shit is traumatic.
No Name shit too.
This shit is traumatic for me, and I really have I think y'all give me too. That song said you give me too much credit, Queen. But I'm willing to listen. Let me know how I can do better. Let me know how I can do better." But what people heard, and we can talk about another conversation, and this is a bit deeper conversation with black men, black women, and their trauma with black men, because that's another thing too. There's a lot of distrust, right? Think about how you deal with the woman who like been hurt by another nigga first. So when you're trying to talk to her, she has this big wall up. It's that with black women though. A lot of them, they see anything that's happening is like, yo, I have to protect us, and I feel like he coming at me this way. So you really defensive and shit. A whole post was on Twitter about like, no, his queen was demeaning. That shit won't honest. How do you know this man's intent of saying queen? But that's a whole deeper conversation.
Bro, it's like I'm not. It's like, bro, I'm not. It's what you said perfect. I'm a human first. And then like people got a lot. My people got a lot of mouth. I remember Whoopi Goldberg. My mom used to tell me what Whoopi Goldberg said. People got a lot of mouth and don't know what people do behind closed doors. Whoopi Goldberg said because God only need to know what she do. Sometimes she'll write a $10,000 check.
But just because it's not on social media does not mean nothing. No action is happening.
You know what some people
just because you don't see the shit.
Al Iverson said this perfectly. He said the only thing when I give to people, only people that need to know is God and me and the person I'm giving it to. And he said some celebrities have secret accounts because they don't want they want to do it for good faith. They want to do it on good faith. Like I don't need the
recognition, the validation of people thinking I'm a good person.
I'm doing this for my good, just off of good merit. And what you saying, people ain't ready to march. It's small things you can do. Like people, like one joint you can do is stop going to some of these restaurants and going to these places that are people that
we gotta stop going to celebrities for our moral validation, for our social communication. Bro. Listen, Trey Songz was here today at a rally, and I wanted to go to the shit anyway, not because he was there, but just because I wanted to go to it. But people were there listening to him. If Trey Songz had said some wild shit or just didn't speak to how people wanted to speak to it, I would not have held anything against him. He is not somebody that looks for political advice.
Niggas not
y'all confused. Y'all confused Kendrick
and not AOC. Yeah, niggas not anybody who's in the position to be leading.
They confuse Kendrick and Cole like stance in their music and just them expressing themselves on these things as like them being political experts. Where y'all at when it's happening?
Look. Irregardless of any of that, to go back to the No Name conversation, because I got a little bit to say on this. It's like what's interesting about that whole situation is still it's like, yo, because at the end of the day, she didn't when she tweeted.
And I like No Name's music, by the way. I'm a fan of her.
First album was mad good. But either way, what I'm saying is this: like she didn't point out any names, but if you were thinking about who she was talking about the Kendricks and J. Cole's, right?
And also, Cole didn't point out any names. People kind of just connected the dots.
Yes, but yeah, it was definitely about No Name, and it was definitely about Kendrick and J. Cole. But the thing that I found weird about that was like, yo, these niggas were in the streets marching. You know what I'm saying? Like, both Kendrick and Cole were in the streets marching.
And also, these niggas have spoken to this shit on so many other records that they have beforehand. If you want to play it back, just play it back.
I'm talking irregardless of that. Yeah. I'm saying, like, the actual, like, content of the tweet didn't make sense. Because it's like, no, these niggas were marching. Yes, these niggas are conscious in their music, and now you don't know what type of money they're doing behind the scenes. But like this is what happens when you're not genuinely, in my opinion, like 100% genuinely doing what you're doing because you think you just need to do it. Like I'm telling you, nigga, like I've met niggas who are pro-black, and that's what they eat, live, and breathe. But that's just what they eat, live, and breathe. They're not gonna like the nigga we were talking about before, who was talking about you need to elevate your mindset. It's kind of like that. Like it's like he's not gonna preach to you if you just like some nigga walking by, but if you get him talking, he gonna be talking. That's just what he eats, breathes, and lives. You know what I'm saying? And genuinely, when he's posting that shit, it's because he genuinely thinks that shit.
Right.
And I respect that a little bit more than the person who's gonna come out and be like, "Yo, I do this, I do that." Not what you doing. Like, what's up? Where you at, nigga? And it's like, bro, no. If you were genuinely about what you're doing, you would do it in the hopes of like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you going," but I fuck with you. I'm for the black race. I'm for you. I'm gonna fight hard enough for both of us. And like, cause I don't know what you going through, nigga. I don't know, nigga. You could be schizophrenic for all I fucking know. I can't see that shit. I just don't think
we should be condemning
any black person. The people you want to condemn. That's the only thing. The people you want to condemn.
No name with the person I'm talking, because it's like it has a certain tone in which he said queen tone. It has a certain tone. It has a certain tone to it when like you coming at it from like, well, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, do it this way type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, it's not one way. And when this shit first happened, somebody had put a post up, and I cannot find it. I thought I reposted it. It might be in my archives, but it was basically saying like, hey, this is not a one lane battle. Like you can be a healer, you can be
I saw that.
You can be a healer, you can be a visionary, you can be an organizer, you can be this. Like it's different parts that we can play in this zone. So if you're condemning anybody because they're not doing it the way that you're doing, I don't fuck with that. And that's why I said like when I said about, and it's not just him, it's not him who I'm talking about, the person, whatever, right? I've seen other people post like really prolific shit too, of like mindset, like. The way that they post it is like, shut up, just think like this. And I don't have a problem with what you do because that person has been doing whatever. But the way that you say it is like, y'all need to get on this way, and it's not just that.
And then here comes the like weird part about this No Name J. Cole situation that you were bringing up when talking about the deeper conversation. I say all this with the added asterisks of there is a conversation right now that needs to be heard of black women being silenced by black men, and also the stereotype of black men fighting for these causes, then turning around and going and either emotionally, physically abusing their black partner or not standing up for when they see their friend doing some crazy shit to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and in those instances, I've seen a lot of that conversation going on, and in those instances when I've felt maybe a little triggered to like maybe go, not me, you know. I step back and
validate their experience.
I step back and go, oh, this is that intersectionality where I'm now looking at like I'm the white dude in this conversation now. Like I got to be the one who says, nigga, if it's not you, shut the fuck up and let them vent, bro. Like so like
and that's a balance with that John too though, because like at some point too, you have to acknowledge your which is like, are you projecting your experiences onto this situation? Like I don't think that was the intent. I'm not gonna try to evaluate your experience, but I don't think that's where Cole was coming from. But you feel like working like I don't want to say nothing. I want to evaluate your experience.
But listen, there's some credit to that because I'm the added benefit is I know that, but then also with the No Name situation, I'm also aware that like 6 or 7 months ago, No Name came out and was tweeting like, yo, why are white people, I think we talked about this on the pod, like, why are white people just fucking with my music? My music's not for white people, it's for black people. Like, black people, like, when I go to my concerts, it's just white people. Like, she was complaining about, like, her music's so woke, why don't black people fuck with it? So you already have this image in your head of somebody who maybe isn't all the way at peace with their own place in the universe, which, again, is not fully her fault. Because, again, we live in a racist country, a racist, patriarchal country that has done a lot to her mind state. But at the same time, it's like, yo, shawty, like, don't throw stones at, like... Not even glass houses. I don't want to say that, or like
but
don't,
people who for you, like
like
don't, we have you. Like I'm not. My biggest thing with the whole, because there is a segment of women, woke black women on Twitter.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
There's a segment of black women on Twitter who like are really against the patrarchy. They're really against like black men.
Me too, nigga.
They think we ain't shit. Yeah, I mean, right. Me too. I really consider myself a feminist a lot of times, but they're so like I said, that wall up shit, right? So anytime something happens, they attribute certain things, I think, a little bit more than they need to, because they've seen people be hurt, they've had their own experiences, right? So anything that people do is like, you're attacking me in this way, or they're not standing up for black men. And we can talk about this situation with Toyin, right? Because they're saying like black men. She's the one who. Yes. She's the one who, you know what I'm saying, who got killed by that guy, and it was a black man who did it. So I get it. Like you're saying, like, protect black women. I'm all for that. I think what my only
name of the episode: protect black women. Boo.
My only gripe, right? Not even a gripe. It's just like, all right, let's say somebody who's outside of it, they be like, yo, like I don't attack black. I don't do this, that, and the third. I'm not this type of person. But then it goes to the, like you just said, Jabari, I'm the white man in the situation where I can say, like, I'm not a racist. I don't do this. I know I have black friends. It's the same thing. I support. I can say all this shit, right? Now though, it's like, but are you a true ally where you checking the people around you? Are you talking to your dad and them and like saying like, yo, what you just said was racist as fuck? You know what I'm saying? How we talking to white people right now? Are y'all doing this? That's what they're saying to us black men. Like when you with your boys and they're saying some wild shit of like, man, fuck that bitch. I get to have stuff. Are you checking them in those moments? That's what they're telling us right now.
And then even at times, it's like, cause like you know how people are, like you know the male ego can be fragile.
We built on ego.
Yeah. Human beings are built on ego. Jesus Christ. Shit. But like even like and people always like,
Shit. I think men are more built on
ego. Yeah, most definitely. But humans a lot of times just submit to your own ego. But long story short, it's like
our egos are attached to us.
So but it's like even if
I talked to Couture about that. We was like, yo, could you be friends with a nigga you knew had a bigger dick than you in the squad? Like if you had a group of 6 niggas and just one nigga knew, like, yo, my dick is 12 inches. Like, that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Could every other nigga, like, would just dominance lead to that nigga?
No.
You saying nah, fuck that, but like,
cause I know your dick big now. Like,
no. I'm just saying. It's a
different elevation.
Bro. It'd be a funny conversation because especially if
I don't care. No. Cause a lot of bitches don't like 12-inch ass dicks.
I'm just saying. The fact that we're already like this, and it was an added thing of like, if not only like you knew your nigga had a bigger dick, but like your nigga knew he had a bigger dick than you. So like now it's like the conversation
that's different
is like,
though. So the way he's carrying himself in the like he's like trying to be more.
No, I'm saying I'm better than
exactly.
Like, where we eat tonight? Shut up, little dick nigga. Like it's like
no, cause then we fight. Like you're not gonna just.
No.
Fuck your ego. Like we about to fight.
Cause you be friends with somebody that's fucking your mama. If one of your friends fucking your mama.
Excuse me?
If somebody fucking your mama, your friend.
Why would you?
Yeah, it's like, nigga, what?
Wait, what? Niggas do that, bro. Niggas are friends with people that
they're not friends. You're not. You fuck my mother. You're not my friend. Like I just don't. At this point, I just don't know you fuck my mother.
I know.
You know
I know a nigga who
once I find out you.
Mama.
Oh shit, were they friends?
Nah.
So exactly. So what we talking about?
No. I've seen it. I saw a documentary where the dudes, the mama met the kid that she started fucking through her son. He was chilling, coming over there to play Xbox, and then found out the nigga.
She just tried.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, men move off of testosterone, and a lot of men move into groups, and like they admire the men in their circles, and they'll take traits from those men. Yeah. So I just think it would be an interesting dynamic if you all knew what the fuck the dick size was and whatever connotation you have in that, how niggas would start to move a little differently. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I think niggas do that sometimes off of nigga who fuck the most bitches and who get the bag.
Yeah, because I don't even think it's about me knowing how big your dick. I think it's more so like.
Yeah, but some the idea, more the connotation that comes
I know what you mean. But it's happening because like sometimes there's a more extroverted person in the circle. Mm-hmm. And
big dick energy, little dick energy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you have to see as yourself as a man, like, am I gonna submit to that joint, or am I still gonna speak up, like in these moments?
Yeah, and then for me, like I see this, and it's like I was raised like this, and I have some like, so sometimes when somebody you love doing wrong, in the moment you might not like correct them. Mm-hmm. But you may after y'all leave the bar, like, yo, bro, the way you handled yourself was mad inappropriate, and that's like because some people don't like being. But there's also in the moment.
But to play devil's advocate to that, like that's also a conversation that like black women have. At the end of the day, it's like what we do with the individuals, the men in our groups who molest, who do different things. It's like we treat it with this, yo, in the house type of shit. We gonna handle it, but the conversation should be no, nigga, like public. Right then and there. yo, you grab the hand, no, nigga, what the fuck is you doing?
Niggas can know what's
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like
basically you got to set a precedent. So because like sometimes when you
that shit's just not okay.
When you do it in private, people basically they gonna think you condoning it. Cause like they don't see you correcting it.
Yeah. It's like that quote that somebody has, like
even your nigga is like, well, nigga, if it was such a big deal, like why'd you like and hit like
it's 2 hours later.
You know what I'm saying? Like why you bringing this shit up? You know what I'm saying? It's and then too, there's no and like I'm not gonna say like you should be publicly shaming niggas, but there's no added public shame.
Like that quote that people say like a public offense needs a public apology. Like you did this in public, you hurt me in this way, like I need your public apology. Like come on, do this in public too. Like don't try to go behind the door.
Pull the Kevin Hart, hey Instagram. Yeah, I need to get on here to get some things off my chest.
Hey man,
are we going I-4-9 now in this country?
What you mean?
You never heard that in I-4? Is it I-4-9? That type of law?
No,
there's no. You can't just go murder somebody.
No, but I'm saying back in the day, y'all don't. Oh, give me a second. I want to make sure I'm saying the saying right.
The saying in eye for an eye is the saying. Oh, yes, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but it's an actual like theory.
But no, back to the situation. I think that because we got off a little bit off the No Name John. Like I said, she has every right, and every woman has every right to feel the way that you feel. Right. I just don't think. I think that because of the trauma that you have experienced, and because of your relationship with us as black men, you could be reading more into the intent than it was, or maybe I'm also just tone deaf into like gaslighting and all this shit too. Possibly, maybe so. But from what I got from the song wasn't really even about No Name. He just used her as an outlet to say to people like, hey, because he even brought up another dude. Like people focused on so much the she part of the verse. He brought up another nigga too at the end of it because I was snowing the bluff when he talked to the dude like, yo Cole, like the shit you did.
Did you see that Netflix movie?
Nah, so it's like basically people don't know if it's true, real or fake, but it's like this dude, like basically it's like he steal this camera from these white people and then he recorded Dan.
Take it to the hood, yeah, and it's
like a documentary.
It's not weird. It's really fucking interesting.
Yeah.
He take the camera to the hood.
Yeah, and like it just goes through like
his day.
Yeah,
like selling crack.
Yeah,
with a kid.
Yeah. And did he get the camera right to the white people?
No,
the camera gets like picked up by somebody else, like through like. I don't ruin it. It's good. Like you would enjoy it. Like it's like oh shit, because like it's that weird
thing on Netflix
like looking through the glass door of like some hood shit, like what white people love to do. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say is my opinion of it. I think it was about No Name, but I don't think he did anything wrong. I think in the same way No Name was venting. And was speaking her truth. It's the same way J. Cole was.
That's and like in a sense where it was more of a vent.
There wasn't.
I don't know. I don't have the answer right now.
And also there wasn't malicious intent by it. It was a conversation being had. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like yo, No Name. If your intention was just to vent your feelings, I get that. And maybe J. Cole shouldn't have responded. But at the end of the day, it seemed like you were calling out niggas, and niggas was like, yo, well, if you want to call out niggas, you're calling me out to have a discussion. Here's my discussion. I've been marching. I went to college.
You're
but nigga,
smarter than me.
Yeah,
on this matter. Like, what do you think I should do? Because I don't want to release another song about police. I have a song about police brutality. It's called Free. Like J. Cole has a song about this whole shit when
Crooked Smile, nigga.
Trayvon Martin died, bro. He made some shit right after. So like, you want another song from me?
I'm
like,
not in Congress. I can't write the bill. You know what I'm saying?
What am I supposed to do, right?
I can't vote.
And that's the only way I say it's not about no. I think it was about like that's who he's talking to. But I think the conversation is like, hey, I'm venting. I don't know what to do. Like y'all put more.
I listened to a snippet of it. I know he's listening to it.
Yeah, the Lil Baby song is like. Because, like, that's more of a
It's not, listen, when I said, because somebody was like, oh, but when Kendrick and Cole, listen, I'm a Kendrick and Cole. Like, when it's conscious ass shit, like, I like it. I like the song because Lil Baby is one of the, if not the hottest, like, new rapper right now. And so my problem with, like, a lot of people when I'm talking about, like, if I'm debating Kendrick and they're like, yeah, but they conscious rappers. Like, he a trap. You can't expect them to do that. Nigga, this song that he just released proved them niggas who try to debate, like, oh no, but you can't look at Uzi like he not a conscious person. No, Lil Baby's not a conscious person, but I'm showing you like I can use my trap platform to still speak to my community, and it's still gonna be dope. Like
some people, like Ugly Guy said, I tried to rap like a beat bop rapper, it didn't sound right for me. So it's not saying like, I'm not a conscious person just because I rap like this. It may be I don't think I have the capability to make a song that is conscious, that would sound good, that people would like. Because at the end of the day, it's trying to make people sound good. So it's like,
and that's
I don't
why
have
I
that
fuck with the
ability.
song. It still has that trap vibe to it.
Yeah, but
he's talking about his experience right now with.
And
with
everybody
police
experience as a
brutality,
black person in this nation is completely different. And I think for him, he gave his own kind of experience, and you know.
He spoke his truth. He said, "I know I rap about killing and drugs and dope like in a rap." He said, "But I'm telling my young niggas go vote because I'm basically waking up to see what's happening right now."
And he
ain't giving no.
Lil Baby ain't, and people forget that. So Cole and Kendrick is in their mid-30s right now. Lil Baby my age. Lil Baby is like 24, 25 years. No, Lil Baby birthday same day as my mama. So Lil Baby 25 years old.
My thing is this, bro.
So it's like that's a gap where it's like, bro, it take me time to figure out.
Whatever you doing with your platform to speak power to the situation, I don't have anything against you.
Whatever you're doing with your platform as a black person, I ain't got no business telling you what to do. As long as you're not maliciously doing, like, if you're not Candace Owens using your black platform to fight against the movement, what the fuck am I gonna say? Again, like, look, you might be like, yo, Uzi's not using his platform to make conscious music, but you know what?
Kill this bitch.
But relax.
I'm sorry.
But you know what Uzi is using his platform to do? Make it okay for black kids to feel comfortable being goth and do different shit and wear and just be open, but still be.
I didn't even mean nothing agaget him. I just when I'm talking to other people about like who your favorite rapper.
Yeah. I know, nigga. I know you fuck with Uzi, but what I'm saying is this: it's like simply the fact of Uzi being a carefree black man is helping the movement. You know what I'm saying? I might not want to, like fucking Dave Chappelle said. Who gives a fuck what Lil Uzi Vert says at this moment? Like, who gives a fuck what Ja Rule says, my nigga? You know who I need to give a fuck saying? Ben Carson, a black man in politics. You know what I'm saying? Candace Owens, a black political commentator who is on these Fox News platforms spewing bullshit. If you put yourself in that position, I'm gonna critique that position.
Cole's song was about, hey, y'all give me too much credit. He started at the beginning. He said, I think I went to college, but y'all are giving me, like, he mentioned how he went to, I have a degree. But I think you giving me too much credit.
Nigga, I put a song out on goddamn TuneCore. I didn't fucking run for office.
That's what that song. That's why I say it's not about. He is talking to No Name. But when I say it's not about No Name, I mean like he's talking to the larger scheme of like, yo, how we get these niggas credit and like, bro, I don't have all that. I'm human. That song is saying like, hey, I'm human. Teach me what I need to do. I can do better. I'm listening. What y'all want me to do? That's all that song was saying. But people took a couple lines from it and put this whole narrative on it. And again, we talk about why they did that. I get is a whole thing aligning them black women's trauma and against us as black men. So I understand where y'all at with this shit. But also, you have to wake up and be like, yo, what is listen? Don't just hear like a couple snippets. Because a lot of them who was tweeting and shit, y'all didn't even listen to the song. You're like, oh, what? Who we at today? Who we canceling today? Oh, I'm with this shit. Because cancel culture is so like, oh, who we doing today? Boom, let's go.
Even to take it back to the extreme of Kanye West, bro. It came out that Kanye West is out here donating $2 million to shit.
Don't hear that though. What? Don't hear that though.
Yeah. There was also, I don't know how true this one is, but there was also somebody saying Kanye was bullshitting the whole shit with the fucking Trump thing so that him and Kim could get people out of jail. I think that one might be bullshit if I'm using my critically thinking brain here. But what I'm going to say is this, dog. It's like...
Kanye's also bipolar, so there's a lot of manic and impulses there.
Kanye West is another black man who at the end of the day, like, isn't out here saying, yo, black people didn't go through this. Black people didn't go through that. He's just giving another perspective of how to be a carefree black man in this day. Which at the end of the day, people, sorry, but that's the goal. You know, the goal isn't to be angry for the rest of eternity. The goal is to get to a point where we can live carefree lives protected under the laws of this country. I do not want America to burn to the ground. I like what America proposes for its citizens. I just want to be able to partake in that to the fullest of myself. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So don't get it misconstrued. Don't take away from the next black person's happiness because you yourself have not found that peace yet, which I'm not hating on you for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, to wrap up this shit real quick, it's just, bro, for me, protect, listen, and understand, and try to give a voice to black women. You know what I'm saying? Protect black women. But also remember that, like, if you're black, this is for you. The movement is for us.
Like, it's no time to be divided.
If you want to get that anger out and point fingers, point fingers at the right people, the people who need to go be talking to their people, the white people, the Asian people, the Hispanic people out here who need to be understanding that these issues only are going to stop when their communities stop with these perpetuating these stereotypes and these racist beliefs. And at the end of the day, that's the end of it, bro. It's not gonna come from black people. We know what the fuck's going on, dog. Like, we know what problems are out there. Like, you're not gonna keep hammering into my ear because I see the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna come from us. What we need to be doing is protecting ourselves, bro. Building up our own communities. And this is one of the things I was realizing. It's like, yo, I used to talk big about, yo, like, why don't we have communities that we can come to or whatever. But it's not even that, because we do have whole parts of different areas of, like, Atlanta, or you look at Richmond, or you look at not really Richmond anymore. It's going to that one area, like, right outside of Richmond, or different inner cities or suburban areas now where it's like there are populations of black people. It's just lower income. So, and it's tough to maybe ingratiate yourself into these communities as a more affluent black person, but that's where maybe we should be looking at now. It's like, how do we just collect all of our resources in places?
How do we build economic wealth within the community?
And then, my nigga, yo, America has all these gun laws and whatever. How are we militiating ourselves that when this shit happens, nigga, yo, if you're a white cop killing black people in a whole black area where we have individuals making, $30,000, $40,000, but individuals making $500,000, $120,000. Yo, this standalone ER is all black nurses, all black doctors. Right. This school system, we don't just have white Teach for America 23-year-old. Yo, I got my degree in art therapy, but I'm teaching fucking math and science. You have actual teachers who came and did do this in the schools. It's like, then that's all we need to be focusing on, our energy on. It's not, yo, my nigga, why aren't you marching? No, fuck that shit, bro.
It's bigger than that. And it's important. Listen, no, but I mean, I'm not going to discredit any of it because marching is important because it's really...
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, it's not to say, yo, don't march. It's to say, don't critique the next black person, bro. It's simply that.
But with the thing with marching, and somebody said this in a beautiful way, just from a business back, like my business degree and shit. When you think about like marketing, like the marching is the advertising campaigns, right? So once you when you a business, right, you've got my attention now, but what are you selling me? Right, so your flyer look good. So like I'm hearing you. Okay, now what do I do? So like the marching gets the attention. All right, but if you have no demands, and when they kind of have now a demand with this joint too, which is the defund the police. So now there's demand now on this joint, but it's like you can't just do that. It has to be like, all right, now what's next? And so a lot of people think that it's like, okay, let's just get out here in the streets. But no, like this gets you the attention. I have my attention now. I'm listening. Hey, what do you guys want? And now you have to tell them what you fucking want.
The problem with that though too is that you'll have a lot of individuals who are big on the marching and big on the sharing, but it's like there are centralized organizations, like we talked about last week on the pod, Campaign Zero, that has been doing this since Ferguson. Like, yo, like they have 10 steps of how they're going to defund the police and put that money in different areas to help safer communities. But then you have people who will literally just say, yo, anarchy, defund the police and destroy. But like no, nigga, like when you're looking at the actual activists of the movement and the organizers, they're not saying defund the police as like anarchy, get rid of the police. That's not. I think that's not what we're doing. But then you have,
I'm like, that's not what they're talking about.
But some people like me and him was saying there's some. I don't like to say there's some.
Extremists.
I was gonna say sick people. People extreme.
Sick fucks. Like
completely get rid of the police. That's not what they're talking. They're saying they have a largest. Yeah, do y'all know how much they spend on outfits? Somebody give me the numbers. Like,
no, the niggas buy outdated military equipment. Like, it's like, my nigga, why do you have a goddamn Humvee in the middle of the fucking
that's all we're talking about. Like the budget that them niggas get, we not approving that for you to fucking just kill out.
And then hospitals don't have fucking PPE. But I want to get off. I want to transition from this. But I'm just gonna say, like, well, actually, no. There's not much I need to say less on this. That's all we're gonna say. Uplift black voices, protect black women. And don't.
We're not against Charlie.
Remember,
like, if you listen to this, you're a black woman. I love you. Like we love you. We're not against you. We hear you. We're gonna try to do better for you. Just understand it too. We fighting the same feel like we understand y'all have a different intersectionality with this because y'all are black and you're a woman, which women don't get the respect they need in this
health topic of the day right
itself.
Now. Protect black women. Keep going, T. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and also you're a black woman, right? Just know that we have your back. We're gonna listen and do what we have to do for you, and just understand that it's not an umbrella of just like what you have experienced from toxic black men. There are men out here who have your back, and so if you can trust us to lift you up and have your back, because we are definitely here for you. But your traumas, we understand them.
Stop dating white women.
So
Stop dating white women.
Hey, bro.
You kind of teetering the line there yourself, nigga. But what I'll say is this, bro. What I'll say is this, from my little 2 cents on this. As a hopeful future father of a beautiful dark chocolate drop child, maybe daughter.
Good luck.
Where you getting that melanin from, babe? But either way, you better be doing.
Genetics do work weird. You can come out.
Y'all both gonna be confused. Where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah, genetics work weird.
But what?
Some Drake shit.
Yeah, then I gotta.
Nigga need to go to goddamn Planned Parenthood and get that test. But listen, so but what I would say is, yes, black women, we support you. And that is black women from all ranges, bro. I'm talking about the goddamn Ashata Shakurs to the even to the Candace Owens, bro. Like it's like yo, like I don't know what Candace Owens went through, what fucking primarily white high school, elementary school, what experience she had that made her lose sight of.
She's also dating a white man
of her person, but it's like, yo, even for you, Candace Owens, like I wish that you lived in an understanding of your power, of your existence, and like why it is so sacred. Because at the end of the day, it's like black women do so much good, so much interest, so much fucking. Just I don't know, just
everything, just magic,
genuine love. You know what I'm saying? And like that's from black women I've met just through through my job. You know what I'm saying? Like the providers I've met, and like to go through everything they do. Like the black female doctors I work with. Like there's this one, Imani or Gil. Bro, bedside manner, fucking intelligence, and then when I first came, niggas were trying to like shit on her because she was trying to do some type of operation. That might have been a little crazy, mind you, from like a skill point of like an ER doctor. But it's like, who am I to like, at my experience level, to come out and say she couldn't do this? I haven't met you yet. And like now, after working for a couple like months, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt to go ahead and do this thoracotomy in the middle of a fucking ED physician room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Surgery, something, nigga. But either way, I say all that to say, I don't know if we should say we understand y'all. We are attempting to understand, empathize, and sympathize with y'all's struggle.
We're just here for you, and we in this together. Like you have to understand that at the core of it. Like
all maybe that I will ask in the sense of a communication is just if y'all want to vent, and I'm not saying vent to where like niggas turn their shoulder and like, yeah, I got you, but like active listening vent. Just please let us know, because we don't want to be in the situation where we're the J. Cole and the No Name situation, where we're, because of our own patriarchy, misunderstanding the reason for the post, and we get a little self-defensive, and that's all, because all we're trying to do is support and love y'all. Look, it don't matter. There ain't no such thing as talking white. There ain't no such thing as fucking being into white people shit. Love all black girls, the ones who rollerblade, the ones who fucking pop and lock, the ones who paint, the ones who do LSD, the ones who stay straight edge, the ones who are in the church choir, cosplay. Yeah, the ones who cosplay, you know what I'm saying? The ones who wear their hair straight, the ones who wear wigs, the one who fucking are bald.
It's so toxic, that community though. Like I saw this one post of this girl who was in cosplay, and like the comments that she was getting from like white people were just like, yeah, but
this person's not this color.
Sakura doesn't look like that.
Sakura has pink hair.
Yeah, she doesn't
Black
look
girls
like
can't
that.
have pink hair.
Yeah,
yo, my nigga.
Like, bro, so demonic. And it's like, dog, you realize that deeper than that shit.
Exactly.
No, you realize that deeper than that shit. Y'all are understanding that you're seeing whitewashed ass anime, because somebody
at the end of the day, the Japanese aren't white. So yes, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, and somebody had to give me that perspective, like what Japanese are making this experience off of themselves. So like when they make people, but I was like, but just to push back a little bit, some of their characters are very Americanized.
All their characters
are very Americanized. Like you are white people from.
Naruto
USA.
was blonde hair and blue eyed.
Yeah, so like, don't give me no fucking. They're making it like themselves. They're not. They're making white people.
Not to talk about a culture that I'm not 100% with. I'm pretty sure like the makeup of like geishas like go into that too. You know, like the the white face and all of that. So,
but even with to say, anime just needs to be more. And that's the community. I love fucking anime. It just needs to be more diverse so that when people go to college, it's not like, oh well, yeah, I'm doing a black character that I value behind versus trying to dress over somebody and you trying to crucify me for this person. Like, but like I hate that shit that like people feel as though they're not a part of a community that they are a part of because they're not seen and represented, and people throw that shit in their face. Like, it's not my fault that like these animators aren't drawing us the correct way, or when they do, they fucking making Mr. Piccolo with fucking
Mr. Popo.
Mr. Popo, yeah, I said Mr. Piccolo.
Yeah, you know Piccolo, what I mean? Piccolo's a nigga, but he was green.
Piccolo is a nigga. He's definitely a nigga. Yeah. Popo, like, well, I guess basically a black face.
Basically a minstrel character.
Basically
in the fucking
a black face motherfucker.
Yeah.
And even if you think about people from Naruto, like, why does motherfucker have to rap the whole time?
Oh no, that's cool. Don't kill B. But like,
I love B. But certain shit, is like, all right.
That's not racist in my opinion because it's one of those things where they drew the black characters right.
They did draw them right.
And then two, like Dari, that's a dark skinned nigga. They had a whole village of black people, and the village won't no punk ass bitches. Let me just tell you that. Yeah. It might be a little racist because they had all the fast ninja, but whatever.
Right.
But
I didn't like he rapped.
But anime, but the Japanese culture is very ingrained with hip hop culture, so it's like they're really into like rap and hip hop and like just the music of it. Like so like that's why I think like he's rapping less and less of like, oh, black people rap, but of like, yo, like wouldn't it be cool if we had like a hip hop who had cornrows, but you know what I'm saying, like they kind of and like they didn't bitch him out. Like he's like a pretty integral character.
Turkey, right?
You know, but he's one of the Jinchuriki that doesn't get killed. Like he's Naruto. He's the only one who was friends with his fucking shit before Naruto. You know what I'm saying? It's like they did. So that's me. They didn't bitch the character out. So I
hated that part of Killer B. I was just like, bro, come on, man. Why are you? I love B.
But the fact that he was so OP that he's rapping in the middle of the show, writing shit down, like
it was corny ass shit though. Like his raps was that good.
Yeah, but that was the funny part about it. Like this nigga, like he got a hobby. He's fighting Sasuke, and just like the nigga fucking hits him with the shit. And he goes,
"Fucking touch me like this."
Oh, nigga!
I just said like, you with my fucking.
Imagine you're trying to kill your nigga with all your might, and like try to punch me real quick. Nigga goes, "This is a good bar."
Yeah, I got out of Naruto.
Bruh, you want to kill a nigga, but you couldn't. But either way, back to the subject at hand. Protect black women. Health topic of the day. If you don't understand why black women are the most attacked, the most at risk population in this country, like just go look at the statistics on female mortality in childbirth when it compared to other races. Go look at the differences in sex trafficking. Look at the differences in help me out, niggas. I'm not fucking goddamn.
It's different in disparities all over.
Homelessness, employment. Look at the fact that the goddamn military, like in the army specifically, didn't allow black women to wear their natural hair until like 20, maybe 10 years ago.
Laws had to be passed for you to wear
dreadlocks for black women. You know what I'm saying?
That's not even all states yet.
The whole heat on your hair and making straight hair the norm for black women in corporate spaces. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, if you don't know, this is your homework. Go figure that shit out because black women don't need to explain it to you at this point, at this day and time, because it's all out there. You just are being ignorant for your own.
You're just in your privilege.
Yeah, you're lost in your own privilege. But that's our health topic. Let's get to a content of the week. You got anything this week?
Not really. I ain't really.
Turn on the speaker too.
No, I wasn't really watching nothing during this week, so I don't know what's going on.
He said, I haven't really watched nothing this week. I watched TV, so nothing really been going on.
No. I didn't really watch nothing. Like, I watched like the second part when I was at the hotel board of the like surviving R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
That was dumb. So it was like R. Kelly's a piece of shit more and more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. So I finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine finally. So I finished the most recent episode out there.
Heard about it. I know what.
That shit was funny, bro. Like that shit, literally.
That's it's on Comedy Central, right?
Yeah, no, it's on Hulu right now. It's on FX, I think.
No. They were on Fox.
Okay.
And then Fox canceled them, but they were like, NBC bought them. NBC.
What am I? What are they never on net? I mean, Comedy. What am I thinking about? What
reruns may run on Comedy Central.
That's the John Wood. What you call it? It's a black lady that's a comedian. She got like the big lips. She's that's what am I thinking about? Then it's a cop show, and they're
you're thinking about
they were on Comedy Central.
I know.
Reno 9 probably.
Yeah,
yes. Okay. All right.
I've seen a few episodes. That was one of those shows where like it got a little too like what the fuck is y'all doing?
It's just weird.
It's just yeah.
It's like
it's a little. It could be a little like not just towards black people, but like towards like Mexicans and stuff.
Wild.
It's like
It's wild. It's like a family.
Like it's only really funny when you're so fucked up that you kind of just let all this uncomfortable. Yeah, just whatever. like 3 a.m. like that time we were in Norfolk, fucked up with Nate. You know, at 3 a.m. in the morning, I think we were watching like anime at the time. But if we would have put Reno 911 on, that'd have been all right. But you got anything, Tevonte?
Content for this week that I would recommend.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't fully listened, so I don't even know if I should recommend this jump. But
take this with an asterisk if that shit's ass.
Tiana Taylor just released her album. I'm a big Tiana. I like her as a person, and I like the music she released thus far. She released a project.
I thought you said I look like her, just like a person. Like,
nah,
no, you don't.
I like her as a person, and I think she's earned her spot, like career-wise. So she released a project today. I've heard like half of the album.
Yeah, this shit gonna be trash.
Her album?
Yeah, it's 23 songs. I ain't listening to 23 that song.
Oh, no, you crazy.
You know,
she has good music though.
At midnight, it was all over my Twitter.
She has good music.
Midnight.
No, it was like a instant release.
Nigga, why you shitting on my content of the week? Like I'm not fucking finished, bitch.
It's a guess. Yo, fuck like, your shit,
yeah,
nigga.
Yo,
throw your shit in the app. Your shit is trash.
What the fuck you give for your content again?
Right?
Nothing. Surviving R. Kelly. That shit been out since January. Shut up.
You had to pull that shit out of him too, niggas.
I've been
watching content, but I ain't got no content.
Shut you up. Nah, and also, what else?
We love you
for this week. I'm gonna say
nah, nigga. Everybody gets one. You get
just one.
Yeah,
okay.
Did you listen to it today because it came out today?
Nah,
it came out. I can. No, I did. I got half of it. Okay. And also, I'm a fan of hers just from before
what type
music.
Of vibe is it? Is it like the neo soul?
It's more. It's like
Snow Allegra.
No, it's more. It's more like old school R&B. Like she has very much so like Quiet Storm type vibe. Like it's very chill. You know what I'm saying?
She got Lauryn Hill on.
Oh, hey, she got Erykah Badu in the joint.
Erykah Badu.
Yeah, that joint was good.
Oh, that might need.
The Erykah Badu one was nice.
Her daughter on it.
Yeah, she on one of the joints. It's I like R&B though a lot. Sometimes more than I like hip hop. So I'm into the R&B.
Like her music.
Yeah, I'm into R&B vibes. So.
And I know her last album had a lot of issues. I wonder if it's still good music. I'm about to look at it now.
No. Oh, because Kanye she came out and said I want the original shit or whatever.
But that still was a good ass seven track album.
This is Kanye, not Kanye behind it, but Kanye's record label.
Yeah, that's 7 tracks that she released. I know she was mad about whatever that came out, but that was a solid.
So y'all know that shit went platinum, but that wasn't my shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn. All right.
Basically, and it was great. Like for the 7, I will say he changed again because I'm like, if you can give me your best 7, cool. Shit, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Pusha still had the better one.
So this is the Bullshit for Your Health podcast, episode 38, niggas. We coming at you. We are almost done with this shit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. We gotta figure out how we're gonna do season 2. We might only do month episodes, but we're gonna be talking about that later on.
Nigga, was that you? Was that you? Oh, okay. So we're gonna have a closing song real quick, and I have a confession. All right, it took me maybe 4 fucking years, but I'm starting to like Yo Nigga, bro. Okay, you saw me. I don't know if you heard me playing him earlier.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. NBA YoungBoy. Yeah. I'm starting to get it. Like I'm starting to get it.
It's rage.
Yeah. Well, hold up. I guess it's rage. I don't know. But our closing song today is "Make No Sense" by NBA YoungBoy off his 2019 album, All YoungBoy.
Nah, it's AI YoungBoy Part 2.
AI,
because he's AI. He was Allen Iverson YoungBoy.
Okay, AI YoungBoy 2. My bad. I don't want to get shot by these niggas, so.
I'm just the hood niggas.
It make no sense, it make no sense, it make no sense, make no sense, make no sense, make no sense, hey young boy, make no sense, it make no sense. I could hit it, I could whip it, I could bag it, I could stash it, I could trap out like a motherfucker. And you know me, bitch, I just bought another 30, bro. I whip too hard, so I got Ike and Meech got teeth with time. It don't make sense, I'm not alright, bitch, I'll put you on. I ain't cut too much, I got that shit that make him tweak like them. Can't be in front the trap too much, the world know who I am. This shit ain't sweet, who close to me, I see him hate like them. All I know, get the money, still gon' be the one to slam. Like nigga, bitch, nigga, bow on my jury. Fuck the jury. I feel like on Gucci Mane in 2006. All these diamonds dancing on my fucking neck, cost like 4 bricks. Ain't no way that I be talking on that strap, don't make no sense. He $1 million nigga, but be posted in the bricks. It make no sense, it make no sense, it make no sense, make no sense, make no sense, make no sense, hey young boy, make no sense, it make no sense, fuck that trade, P.O.P. I been that bitch, you know this nigga, tell them niggas I say fuck. These hoes ain't shit, they want my cash, so I never love them. I flash and beat a nigga ass with this 50 bro. On TV, I could tell my yank and hit him with the cut. Motherfucker, that's a boy, real nigga, blessed him with that boy, and he say, yeah. He out there at you, play, he shoot you in your face. Northside, bullets flying, back and back, bitch, when we ride. I'm convicted, but it's an issue. I slide for a slide. Die today, bitch, they say, fuck, the niggas died before I died. Slime. I feel like on Gucci Mane in 2006. All these diamonds dancing on my fucking neck, cost like 4 bricks. Ain't no way that I be talking on that strap, don't make no sense. He $1 million nigga, but be posted in the bricks. It make no sense, it make no sense, it make no sense, make no sense, make no sense, make no sense, hey young boy, make no sense, it make no sense,
Alright, and that's it. So